Hi, I am Lydia and I'm going to be leading you through a air mandala. We're going to keep this quite short. We're going to keep it around 30 minutes, so not necessarily going fully into the depths of the mandala like sometimes we do, but just starting to give that sense of flavor, that sense of motion through the bodies that we get from mandala. You might want 2 bricks to hand. I don't have anything to hand, so it's totally optional for you. If you have them and you'd like to use them, then go grab them. We are going to start in a child's pose, so when you are ready, bring yourselves all the way down towards that space. We're going to bring the toes together here, maybe extending the knees a little bit wider towards the outer edges of your ribs. And as you rest in towards your child's pose, let's press the tips of the fingers all the way down towards the ground, lifting the heels of the hands away. And we're going to send the forehead down and towards the earth space. And just taking a moment to apply a very subtle amount of pressure into the tips of those fingers, drawing the bum a little bit closer towards the heels of the feet. And closing down the eyes or softening the gaze, offering ourselves this moment of introspection. Maybe understanding physically how we're feeling here. And if there's any spaces where you want to subtly shift to or move into to allow ourselves a little bit more of that deeper sense of comfort. And then we slowly start to drop in towards the breath. And seeing if we could allow ourselves to feel this sense of calm in the breath. So with your heart space down towards the thighs, it gives us this opportunity to send a little bit more of that expansion in towards the back of the lungs or the sides of the lungs. Also receiving the sense of support, the sense of rooting from the ground upwards in towards the chest. And our only requirement here is just to breathe. Here for 2, inhale. Here for 1. And then peeling the gaze upwards towards your fingertips. You might send the forearms down towards the ground as you rock forwards in towards the knees. Maybe you draw your chin towards your chest and you're actively almost sticking your bum outwards, subtle compression in towards the lumbar part of your spine. Pausing in your puppy dog pose, or perhaps releasing your fingertips out in front of you. Forehead going down towards the ground today. So wherever it is that you are, we're going to drop into this space and find our stillness. Maybe you want to tuck through the toes if that offers you a little bit more support. In this sense of pushing in towards fingertips and slightly drawing backwards, extending through the armpits. So we're connecting today with the Anahata chakra. Finding that heart space. And versus this being the literal heart center, we're going to think this more about being the center of the chest. And for you, that might connect to the center of yourself. Some people think of that a little bit lower. Some people really lay their heart out there and move with that. Whatever it is that you are feeling, can you connect in towards that space? And start to notice what sensation of breath you hold here. How perhaps you can soften. You may, as we linger here with time, bring your chest towards the ground and soften your chin towards the floor space. As you find Anahatasana, it's this real sense of melting through the heart. Letting it go, trying not to hold on to it, build walls around it. Letting the breath flow through. Let's hold this in space for 2, inhale. And very slowly releasing whatever we have, rolling all the way forwards on towards our front bodies, keeping the forearms connected towards the ground space. Sphinx pose, pressing in towards the palms, hugging back on the elbows as we inhale, drawing the chest forwards. Breathing into that space as you draw back, activating the muscles of the spine, breathing inhale. As we exhale, slide the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking through the toes as you start to press the bum backwards towards the heels of the feet. Then lift your hips upwards towards the sky as you move in towards your first Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And for the purpose of today's practice, take a little rise towards your tiptoes, take a very subtle bend in your knees. And press your chest in towards your thighs as if you're hanging your head down towards the center of the mat and cracking open through your chest space. Then rolling through the spine, bring your chin towards your chest, moving towards your high plank space as you inhale. Looking out in front of you, bend through the knees and wave it all the way back to Adho Mukha, downward facing as you exhale. Do that one more time. Bring your chin towards your chest, roll through the spine in towards your high plank on an inhale. Bending through your knees, wave it all the way back to downward facing as you exhale. And take a rise towards your tiptoes, step your right foot towards the top of the mat and step your left foot to meet it. And feet can stay about hip width distance apart here. Take a soft expansion towards your heart space as you inhale. Exhale, softness through the knees still. Interlace your hands at the base of the spine. Bring your chin towards your chest as you lay your shoulders over the back of your head. So we work relatively slow in Mandala. We're really trying to carve out the space with our bodies. Building that sense of connection to every single pose, even though it's one breath, one movement. Release your fingertips down towards the ground. Expanding towards your chest, lift through your heart and your throat as well. Inhale. Uttanasana, folding towards your thighs as you exhale. Bend through your knees, start to roll up through your spine, one vertebra at a time. Bring your arms wide and high towards the ceiling. Inhale. Uttanasana, forward folding towards your thighs as you exhale. Halfway to lift into your heart, inhale. Step back with your left foot as you exhale, send the left knee down towards the ground. Prayer goes forwards and upwards, Anjaneyasana, inhale. Framing through the foot, exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Breath in downward facing for one in. Drawing it forwards, chin towards the chest, moving towards your high plank as you breathe, inhale. Bending through your knees, waving it all the way back to downward facing as you exhale. Rising through towards your tiptoes on inhale, stepping your feet towards the top of the mat by the end of your exhale. Halfway to lifting towards your heart space, inhaling. Folding in towards your thighs as you exhale. Arms go wide and high to the sky on an inhale. Uttanasana, forward fold, exhale. Halfway to lift into your heart space, inhale. Exhale, step back with your right foot, send your right knee down towards the ground. Prayer goes forwards and upwards, Anjaneyasana, inhale. Circle the arms from the left foot, exhale. Pressing towards the palms, step back to downward facing. Roll it forwards in towards your high plank as you inhale. This time, send your knees towards the ground, lengthen through your sternum, expand. Baby Chaturanga as you exhale, lower down. Small cobra on the inhale. Downward facing, tuck your toes, lift your hips. We arrive. Pausing into that still space. And you might choose to play with your Ujjayi breath. Mandala sometimes traditionally has a little bit more of that free flow of breath. Rise towards your tiptoes, inhale. Land your feet towards the top of the mat by end of exhale. Open through your chest space halfway to lift. Uttanasana, exhale, forward fold. Rising high to the sky, bring your prayer up. Interlace your hands at the base of your skull. Lay your skull in towards your hands, hug your elbows in. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold in towards your thighs. Do that 2 more times. Bend the knees if you need, all the way up as you inhale, heavy head into hands. Folding in towards the legs as you exhale. Once more, all the way up as you inhale. Hips forwards, heart back. Exhale, folding in towards the legs. Fingertips go down towards the ground. Open through your chest, inhale. Plant through your palms, step it back. High plank. Breathe into high plank for 1 breath in. Knees can go down or chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing or small cobra on inhale. Downward facing, hips to the ceiling, exhale. Pause. Take a full breath, inhaling. Open the mouth, so let it out. Seal your lips, we flow, slow and steady. Lift your right leg to the ceiling, inhale. Bend your knee and open through your hip as you exhale. Draw your knee towards your nose and plant your right foot in between your hands. Rise up in towards your high lunge as you inhale. As you exhale, lengthen through two legs. Bend in towards your left leg, keep the right leg straight, reach your arms forwards. Move it back in towards your high lunge as you inhale. Float it forwards in towards your warrior three, hands slide alongside your hips. Step it back into Anahata, left knee goes down, prayer goes high to ceiling, inhale. Hover your left knee as you exhale. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Frame your left foot, press into your palms, lift your left leg to the ceiling, inhale. Reach it forwards to high plank, exhale. 2 feet to the ground, chaturanga, lower down. Upward facing, press away. Downward facing, exhale, bring your hips high. Roll it forwards. Move in towards your high plank like a wave, inhale. Drop down through your hips, open through your chest, exhale. Breathe in at the top. Lift your hips back to the ceiling, downward facing dog. 2 more. Through your spine as you inhale, high plank. Drop down through your hips as you exhale. Pelvis through wrist, heart high. Hips go back upwards to the sky. 1 more time through your spine, inhale. Pelvis goes down, exhale, chest goes all the way up. This time push your hands, lift your right leg to the ceiling, inhale. Bend your knee and open your hip, exhale. Draw your knee towards your nose, plant your right foot in between your hands. Rise up and towards your high lunge on an inhale. Circle your arms behind you, send your left knee down to the ground, exhale, keep it on the floor. Lift your arms to the ceiling, inhale, Anjali. Bend through your elbows, cactus as you exhale. Arms go up to ceiling on inhale. Shift it back to the half Hanumanasana, lengthen your right leg, shift your bum towards your left heel. Bring it back in towards Anjaneyasana on inhale. Hover through left knee, Skandasana to top of mat, exhale. Frame your left foot. Right knee goes down towards the ground, Anjaneyasana, prayer goes high to ceiling. Framing your left foot, exhale. Step it back into high plank, inhale. Chaturanga, lower, exhale. Upward facing to breathe in. Downward facing, exhale, hips go high. Take a full breath in through nose. Rise towards your tiptoes, inhale. Send your knees towards the ground as you exhale. Shift your bum back towards your heels. Hold your head in your hands. Interlace them at the base of the neck. Base of the skull, sorry. Inhale, draw your chest up. Exhale. Hug your elbows in, around, all the way down. Drop your elbows in towards your thighs. Twice more. Open through your chest, inhale. Exhale, round your spine, draw your navel backwards, drop your elbows towards your thighs. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, elbows in towards the legs. As you inhale, lift your arms upwards towards the ceiling. Exhale, place your hands towards the ground, tuck your toes, lift your hips, meet back in Adho Mukha, downward facing. Lift your left leg to the ceiling, inhale. Bend your knee and open through your hip as you exhale. Knee towards the nose, left foot in between the palms, we build stability. Rise up in towards your high lunge, inhale. Exhale, lengthen through 2 legs. Bend through right knee, left leg stays long. Back in towards your high lunge as you inhale. Shift forwards, warrior three, hand side alongside the hips. Step it back into Anjaneyasana, right knee goes down, prayer goes high, inhale. Hover your right knee, exhale. Skandasana, back of mat. Framing your right foot, press into your palms, right leg up to ceiling, inhale. Shift it forwards to high plank. 2 toes to the ground, chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing, breathe in. Downward facing, exhale, we arrive. A little moment to acknowledge. Then we roll through our spine. Hold your chin towards your chest until you meet high plank. So you're looking back towards your legs as you inhale. Now in high plank, drop your pelvis down and peel your gaze away from your pelvis, look high. Push it back as you exhale, downward facing. Twice more, rolling through your spine as you inhale, looking to pubic bone. Pubic bone goes down, chest goes up on inhale. Pressing all the way back, downward facing, exhale. Once more, soft and supple. Inhale. Pelvis down, heart goes up. Exhale. Pressing into palms, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Knee bends, hip opens. Exhale. Knee towards the nose, left foot in between the hands. Rising up into a high lunge on the inhalation. Arms circle behind you as you exhale, right knee lowers. Arms go up to sky, Anjaneyasana, inhale. Bend through elbows, cactus, exhale. Arms go up high to sky. Half Hanumanasana, shift back, flex your left foot. Bum towards the heel. Back into Anjaneyasana, inhale. Hovering through the right knee, Skandasana, right knee bends to top of mat. Frame your right foot lower down for your left knee. Prayer goes forwards and high, inhale. Framing through right foot, exhale. Step back, chaturanga, we lower. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Pausing to breathe in. Mandala has this really beautiful way of getting us connected to the body pretty quickly. Really feeling that breath space moving fluidly. Inhale, rise to tiptoes. Exhale, send your knees down towards the ground. Release your bum towards the heels of the feet. Lift your arms to the sky on inhale. Release your hands to your lower spine, exhale. Pushing in towards your back, lift your chest. Stick your bum outwards until you feel the top of your glutes resting in towards your fingertips. Open through your chest and lay your heart back, inhale. Maybe to look high or to lift through the chest space, Anahata goes up. Throat opens, exhale. Get comfy. Breathe in. Find your neutral, inhale. Hands down towards the ground space, downward facing, exhale. Rising towards your tiptoes on inhale. Feet towards the top of the mat as you exhale. Feet about hip width distance apart here. Take a little moment to fold in towards your thighs. Interlace your hands at the base of the spine. Bend through your knees. Open through your chest, driving your knuckles up. We move, so we're going to press down. Keep the hands bound, come all the way up to center. Inhale. Hands go behind the pelvis, chest goes up to ceiling. Folding in towards your legs as you exhale. And just remembering always you have agency to take this as you need. Small or big, come all the way up as you inhale, open through the heart. Folding in towards legs and thighs as you exhale. One more here. Softening to go all the way up as you inhale. Beautiful. All the way down and over the legs as you exhale. Fingertips down towards the ground space. Chest opens. Inhale, see out and in front of you. Press into the palms. Step, hop, float or fly. Chaturanga. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Extend your right leg to the ceiling. We breathe in. Bend your knee and open through your hip, breathe out. You can pause or flip the dog Chaturanga, a wild thing. Inhale. Open chest. Exhale, release your right hand down. Step your right foot in between your hands. Rise up and in towards your high lunge. Inhale. Soften. Exhale. Lengthen through two legs on inhale. Bend your left knee, reach your arms forwards. Exhale. Back into the high lunge. Inhale. Twice more. Lengthen. Exhale, bend left knee, reach your hands forwards, relax your shoulders. Bend into right knee, high crescent lunge. Lengthen through two legs. Bend through left knee. High lunge, inhale. Warrior three, exhale, hands side alongside the hips. Or hands nestle in towards prayer heart center. Push down in towards the toes. If your left leg a little higher, look forwards. Pause and suspend the stillness for two. Softness in the right knee for one. Step it back, hands stay in prayer. Anjaneyasana, left knee goes down, arms go up, inhale. Releasing, exhale, we hover the left knee. Skandasana, back of mats. Hands frame your left foot. Left leg goes high to ceiling, inhale. Three-legged vinyasas. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing. Exhale, knees go down, bum to heels, child's pose. One breath in. Gorgeous. Roll it all the way forwards in towards your angry cat. Inhale. Look out in front. Lower all the way down. Exhale to your front bodies. Now pause. In your front bodies, pressing towards the tops of your feet, energy through your legs. Maybe lifting through knees, pressing through pubic bone. Hands underneath the shoulders, half shalabhasana. Legs stay down, lift your chest, inhale. Hands can stay connected and they're almost just feeling like they're pulling on the mats. Or perhaps the hands will hover underneath your shoulders. Energy through your toes. Let's hold into this for 3 breaths. Inhale. For 2. You're here for 1. Gorgeous. Everything goes down. Bum goes back. Tuck through your toes. Lift through your hips. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg to the ceiling. Inhale. Knee bends, hip opens. Exhale. Knee towards the nose. Right foot in between your hands. Left leg stays long. Arms go up. Inhale. Circle behind as you exhale. Left knee goes to ground. Arms go up to ceiling. Inhale. Cactus. Bend your elbows. Exhale. Draw your heart up. Inhale. Lift your arms to ceiling. For 2. Exhale. Bend through elbows. Lift your chest to sky. Inhale. Arms go upwards. 1 more. Exhale. Cactus. Inhale. Arms go up. Exhale. Shift back. Half Hanumanasana along with the right leg. Flex through the foot. Forwards into Anjaneyasana as you inhale. Hover through your left knee. Skandasana, top of mat. Exhale. Frame your left foot. Right knee goes down towards the ground space. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Lift your arms. Maybe Kali Mudra. Interlace all your fingers except your first finger and your thumb. Push in towards the left heel. Lift a little higher. Tuck through the right toe. Leave it untucked. Pull up through the hips. Inhale. Lengthen from the top right hip bone. Go back and open through the heart. Exhale. Maybe to stay able to bend through your elbows. Hug the head. Freedom of the breath. Arms high, inhale. Frame your left foot, exhale. Let's step straight back to downward facing. Just to give yourselves a little moment to be in your stillness. Settle the movement language. And rise to your tiptoes, inhale. Knees down towards ground, exhale. Toes stay tucked. We come up in towards a high kneel, inhale. Hands are at the base of the hips, just as they were. Wrap through elbows, engage your glutes, inhale. Exhale. Think about lifting through your thighs. Maybe untuck your toes, maybe slide your hands down the backs of hamstrings. Inhale for camels. Scapulas connect and throat open. Let the breath flow through. One more in. Bring it up. Release, palm towards the heels of the feet. Let the head drop down. Last round, hands go down to ground. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Left leg to ceiling, inhale. Knee bends, hip opens, exhale, pause. Or flip the dog, Chamakkarasana, wild thing, inhale. Lay your heart. Exhale, left hand goes down, step the left foot in between your hands, top of mat. Rise into high lunge, inhale. Solidify, exhale. So we have this movement pattern. You go up with 2 long legs on inhale. Bend just the right knee, left leg is straight, exhale. Bend in towards the left leg, high lunge. The challenge is in the stability, so lengthen. Soften your shoulders, bend into the right knee, lengthen your hip flexors. Bend back into the left knee, high lunge. 1 more, 2 long legs, inhale. Bending through the right knee, exhale. You bend in towards the left knee, high crescent lunge, inhale. We shift it forwards, warrior 3. Let's keep a generous bend in this left knee so we have all of this gorgeous buoyancy. Lift through the right leg, draw your chest a little further forwards. Can you breathe, lengthen towards the back right knee? Can you hug your thumbs in towards your sternum, lift your heart a little higher, inhale. Step back with the right foot, exhale, right knee goes down to ground. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale, hover right knee. Skandasana to back of mat. Frame right foot. Press through palms, right leg goes up, inhale. Three-legged vinyasa variations. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Child's pose. You can pause in your child's pose. You choose what you need. If you're with me through the spine, inhale. Look out in front. Chaturangas to tummies. Exhale. Shalabhasana. Tops of the feet stay down once more. Maybe hands under shoulders, maybe interlace your hands behind you. As the knuckles interlace, pull them down as if you want to show the knuckles the inside space of your thighs, Push through your feet. Now lift your chest and throat a little high. Inhale. Maybe start to float your legs. Open through your heart for 2. Lift a little higher. One more breath. We release all the way down. Send the bum back. Tuck through the toes. Lift through the hips. Downward facing dog. Left leg goes high. Inhale. Knee bends, hip opens. Exhale. Knee towards the nose. Left foot between the hands. You're almost there. High lunge. Inhale. Enjoy it. Freedom. Send the right knee down. Exhale. Anjaneyasana. Low lunge. Inhale. Bend through elbows. Cactus. Exhale. Lift your hearts. Inhale. Breathe it all the way up. For 2. Exhale. Up as you inhale. Once more. Exhale. Up on inhale. Right toe stays tucked. Long left leg. Shift it back. Half Hanumanasana. Forwards to Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Hover your right knee. Skandasana top of mat. Exhale. Frame your right foot. Left knee goes down. Arms go up. Maybe Kali Mudra. Pull back on the right heel. Let the inner thighs become close to friends. Lift up. Inhale. Up and out the waist. Exhale. Go as far as you can breathe. If you can't breathe, that's your signal to do a little less. Maybe to bend your elbows. Hug your head. Inhale. Release, frame your right foot. We tuck the toe, we step straight back, downward facing. Shift your weight in towards your right foot, shift your weight into your left foot. Push into your palms, maybe drop your head a little bit closer towards the center of the mat. And pull it back out again. Rise towards your tiptoes, step your feet towards the top of your mat space. Take a lift to expand through your chest, inhale. Fold in towards your thighs, exhale. This time, inhale to open. Heel toe the feet a little bit wider as you exhale to the edges of the mat. Turn your toes out. Bend your knees just a little bit, folding in towards the space. Maybe grab a hold of the back of the neck. Let your elbows drop in, let your head hang heavy, soften those muscles. Enjoy maybe that heat that's crept in. Rise of energy. Still hopefully with enough in the tank for whatever your day has in store for you. Fingertips go down towards the floor space. Bring your chest up. Inhale, toes are still out. Bend in towards your knees. Malasana squat as you exhale. Pull your heart through. Inhale. Plant down through your palms. Exhale, step it back to downward facing dog. From here, we take a rise to the tiptoes as we breathe in. And we step it down to a seated space as we exhale. We're going to bring the soles of the feet towards the floor. Reach through your fingers, take a full breath. Inhale. Roll down through your spine as you exhale. And pull the legs in towards the chest. Place your hands on the tops of the shins. And then drape your knees outwards. Let your feet hang heavy. Maybe your triceps rest into the floor. Just checking in that that whole spine is imprinted. So it might be feeling like you're making a very subtle arc through your spine. But rest through the back of the pelvis as well as through the back of the skull. You might stay here if the spine stays connected. Peace fingers could wrap around big toes for happy baby. I like to place my hands towards the heels of the feet here. Feel where you can let yourself be heavy. Dropping into Svadhisthana chakra. Water element, pelvic space for 5 long breaths. Inhaling. Releasing the heels in towards the bum. Hug the legs in towards the chest space. Give yourself that nice, gorgeous squeeze. Lift your nose to meet your knees as you breathe in. Release into Shavasana. I'm going to take soles of feet together, let the knees fall outwards, just to continue that water space. If you prefer to go seated, find a little bit of wall space, straddle the legs wide, you do that. Maybe if you have 2 bricks, you place them underneath the outer edges of the thighs, or you lengthen the heels further from the pubic bone. Let's together take 2 breaths here, in through the nose. Open the mouths. One more, breathe in. As you let yourself really feel into this sense of softness, maybe you can hold on to this sense of vibrancy that expanding the front of our body gives us. This sense of availability, this sense of freedom, or even emancipation. But just with a little bit more of that connection or sensation to the earth space. So we don't totally fly away. The soles of the feet are together, knees outwards. Let's start to bring the legs back. And let's all today roll over towards one side, doesn't matter which, left or right. And just take a moment to soften through the sides of the body, sides of the head and neck. And keeping your eyes closed, let's press into towards that top palm and come all the way back up towards our seat. Finding crossed legs at the top of your mat. Bringing one hand to your heart space, one hand towards your bellies. The shoulders soften from the ears, let the sit bones root into the ground. Find gratitude for your practice, your dedication, and your discipline. Let all of that continue to thrive as you continue to move. Maybe pausing here as always, hand spine prayer, thumbs draw to Ajna chakra, inhale. Bow your head in towards your lap. Give thanks as you exhale. Thank you so much for joining in this practice, and I can't wait to lead you through so many more.